Yo, what is going on, guys? Tyroke here, aka Light Skin Gamer LSG, and welcome to Retail Do's and Don'ts Part 2. Now, in case you guys didn't check in to Part 1, basically to recap it, is just, for the love of God, don't bring your bags into other people's stores. So anyway, the gameplay you're seeing on the screen is that Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified that's been out for, I think, a year or two, and is probably one of the most hated games out there, mainly just because it's Call of Duty and the fact that it was really a rush game. But let's just keep it funky. The multiplayer was fun as hell. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Things you definitely don't want to do. If you are going to hand the person the money, actually hand them the money. Don't throw it down on the thing, or just make sure it is uncrumbled so it's straight. Because I cannot tell you how many times people have gave me crumbled up money. I gotta unfucking crumble it and then put it in my shit. It's just so disrespectful. And another thing you definitely don't want to do, if you're gonna pay with something, please, if you're gonna have change, at least have quarters and dimes. Do not give me nickels, pennies, and a combination of dimes and only have like 3 dimes. Don't do that shit. You're just wasting time. If you ain't got the squalor for it, you better go to a Coinstar and get some bills for that shit. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Just in case you guys want to know if my voice is sounding funny, it's just because I have no idea what's going on in my throat. I have no idea. Maybe I sucked my mouth open with the fan or some shit. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on with this. So another thing is, if you're gonna have your kids in the store, please tell them that there is tax on certain items, because I don't want kids coming up to me and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be such and such, and then they look at their mom like, but mommy, I don't have that. There have been some kids that have actually just handed me the money and just waited for me to say something, like they even knew that it's not their right amount, but they'll just hand it to me and see if I'll say something anyway. That is extremely annoying. And another thing is, if you're gonna bring your kids in the store, if you're not going to get them anything to begin with, just tell them before they get into the store. Because I've actually had a kid come in there crying his ass off because the toys we have in there are cheap. I don't know why he's crying over them, but the first thing that flew out of his mouth was, "Mommy, please, I thought you were going to get something for me." At least tell the kid that he's not going to get something up front. Don't get his hopes up. Take him to the store and say, "Hey, mommy, we're going to get something," and then ignore him the entire time. If you're going to get him something, just tell him. Or if you're not going to get him anything, make sure you tell him first. Another thing, this is all linked to children. If you're going to bring a baby in the store, at least be a fucking good parent, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen crying ass kids who don't get disciplined in the store. What you could do, which I've seen one parent do, and I commend her for it. One of her kids was acting up, and what she did, she said, "Okay, we leave it." And guess what? She stormed out of there and left. She probably gave them kids a whooping when she went home. That's a good job. Don't shop. And this has actually happened. Kid and his mom and I think his granddad, he's an old dude. Anyway, they're in the store for a solid 10 minutes and the kid is crying the whole 10 minutes. For what? What do you think he's crying at? Just because he didn't get a toy. And the toys in that store will break probably not even before you open them shits. So I don't know what is wrong with this kid. And guess what the mother did? She did nothing. She just ignored them the whole time. Say something, or at least take his little ass out the store, because he don't need to be in there in the first place. So let's go ahead and get into one more personal story. This happened to me a few days ago, and it really made me scratch my head. So I was ringing this lady up, and her total was $4.24. We give her receipt, and I gave her her penny. And I turn around, bringing the rest of the people up in the line. She looks at me and says, "You didn't give me my penny." And I'm like, "Man, what are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, it was $4.24 and I gave you $4.25. You didn't give me my penny." I'm like, "Ma'am, I gave you the penny." I'm like, "Are you sure you didn't drop it?" And she's just like, No, it was $4.24. I gave you $4.25. And she's like, keeps repeating it like I'm stupid. And I'm like, "Ma'am, I heard you the first time." I'm like, "You sure you didn't drop it?" She's like, "No, it was $4.24. I gave you $4.25. I'm like, oh my God. So waited to rank her little daughter up, and then I gave her a penny out the drawer, and she's like, "Thank you," being all fucking sarcastic and shit. I wanted to punch this bitch dead in her titty, because oh yeah, that glitch made me scratch my head. I was like, what the fuck was going on? But anyway, this bitch just argued with me over a penny, and I'm ringing the next lady up in line, and then I had to give her change. I looked her dead in the face. I was like, "Did I give you your change too?" She just starts laughing. She's like, "I don't know what that lady's problem was. It's a fucking penny." What can a penny get you in this day and age? And oh yeah, here's the funny thing. When we were closing, I looked up, like, I think it was like 10 minutes after she left, because she came in there late. I looked right where she was standing at, near the front of the register. Guess what I found on the floor? A fucking penny. So anyway, that concludes Retail Do's and Don'ts Part 2. Hopefully I didn't sound too fucked up, because I don't know if I do sound sick or not. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's it, guys. Tyrone is out.